Hello, everybody. Good evening. You would not believe the time that we have had, but we are, of course, the Chaos Party. So, what would it be if we didn't start 4 minutes late? However, we are all very happy to be here. I think it's going to be a really phenomenal stream. For everybody who has been keeping up to date on both the campaigns, the Order party just had a really phenomenal session. So, luckily, we have all we are all in our formal wear, our formal attire right now. You see, I just simply don't have formal attire, so that's why I'm dressed like this. Uh, However, as I said before, we are the Chaos Campaign. My name is Timothy Underwood. I'm going to be your Dungeon Master. This is produced by the Arcadian Renaissance Theater Creatives, a nonprofit theater production company out of Livingston, Louisiana. I'm going to go pass it off to Brendan. We'll go Brendan, Zach, Logan, and then our very special guest, Hollis. Just give yourselves brief introductions if you don't mind.
Hello, I'm Brendan, and I'll be playing Michael. Is this brief enough for you?
Michael, yeah?
I'm
Arnold?
Zach. I play Blair Codswallow. Brendan doesn't talk anymore because it's Blair's turn. And I have always had a proclivity for baked beans.
Amazing. Logan?
Hi, my name is Logan. I'm contracted to play Typhus for X amount more weeks, and I'm happy to be here.
Thanks, Logan. We'll have to discuss the terms of your contract. That was you weren't supposed to say. Anyway, and last but not least, one of our favorite traditions that we have here on the Final Rules is that every week we try to have a new local artist, somebody who makes things, who is a creative like the rest of us. This month for the Chaos Campaign, we have Hollis. So please give us a brief introduction. Tell us what you do.
Hi, I'm Hollis. I'm an animator, an artist, occasional musician. I have a YouTube, I have an Instagram, and I have a Twitch. And I sort of just wandered in here, and now I don't know where the exit is.
You'd be surprised
so
at how
excited
often
to
we
be here.
hear that exact same thing from every single one of our guests.
Well, you guys hide the exit pretty well.
Yeah, that it's some might say there are no exits.
Yeah.
And
somebody went to theater school.
exactly. And last but not least, we have Brendan. Brendan, do you want to introduce your character with the
I was reading some notes that I made. I'm not Michael. Michael is the person that I have the strongest bond to, played by Vincent Bianca. My name's Arnold.
Amazing.
Did you say you were Michael?
Yeah, I said I was Michael.
Hey, that's pretty close.
It's pretty close.
Close.
So, if y'all are ready, I am feeling pretty good. I'm going to draw our suggestion because, of course, nothing. This is a completely improvised Dungeons and Dragons campaign, has been since the very beginning. And what is improv without a wonderful suggestion? We have an amazing Discord channel, and if y'all are listening and you're not part of the Discord channel, and you have ever been active in a Discord community, I think that ours is pretty great. You also get to put suggestions into our Discord channel, The Bucket, in which we will pull live for the show, just like I am doing right now. All right, everybody. This is a very early suggestion by one of the Order players, Chase Bernard. This suggestion is Don Cappuccino.
Nice.
Don Cappuccino is going to be our suggestion for this episode, the session of the Final Rules, but I'm ready. If y'all are ready, then we can get going.
I have a quick question about that suggestion.
Yeah.
Is that D-O-N or a D?
Yes, like in a very Italian sense, I gather from the word.
Like the Don.
Yeah, like the Don Cappuccino. Yeah. Okay. We last left off Goblonia, Neo-Goblonia, under siege. After spending a night sort of at this halfway house that is inhabited, some may say infested, by a group of goblins, about 2 to 2.5 foot tall, small kind of lizards, but with scales that can shimmer with different colors, that they can rattle and move. and with very expressive eyes, as well as vague abilities to mimic in their own goblin way. Derek Stormfighter, a old name for people who are fans of the Final Rule in the previous seasons, comes back. He is sort of the caretaker of these goblins. He is very wary of the mainframe and of the data slabs, the portals that everyone carries to sort of access the information plane, and sort of makes the party question more. Specifically, I think Typhus, who is very on board with evicting the denizens of Neo Goblonia, which y'all were tasked to do by the enigmatic Mr. Gruyere from the billboards, and the serialized radio drama that he started up recently. It's been getting good reviews, that one. But after sort of coming to terms with the fact that maybe this eviction, maybe acting in service of this strange orange orc, you have decided that perhaps, live and let live, just as a bunch of clockwork bombs in the shape of animals came and sort of blew holes in Neo Goblonia. Derek very solemnly goes out to bury the poor bodies of the goblins who fell. And after what amounts to, let's say, a night of not a lot of talking and, food, everyone, I feel like, kind of just wants to not think about the world and their predicament for a little bit. So a long rest passes in the night. And in the morning, you all come to in the triple deck bunk beds, a couple of words here and there. None of the goblins come up to visit you this morning. They're all sort of huddled, still kind of scared, in around where the goblin sage is, tucked away in the alcove beneath the stairs. And the Derek hasn't said a word since he walked out to go bury the goblins previously. But as everyone makes it down, you sort of see Derek, and it almost looks like he's packing.
So, I guess, are you planning to come with us?
I wasn't aware that you were going anywhere.
Well, I figured we weren't gonna stay here with the bombs. I thought, basically any other place would be better.
Oh, no, those are my thoughts exactly, but call it arrogance. I kind of figured that if anything, I'd be asking you to come with me, not assuming, the other way around.
Oh, well, Jay, that doesn't matter to me, man. Whichever side who wants to lead, who wants to follow, that's just...
It kind of matters to me. I think we're technically fugitives now.
Well, we didn't really do anything wrong. It was
No,
mostly
I
self-defense.
think we were on parole. I think that was like a parole thing. Like, we do that job or else we go to prison.
A parole officer is like a realist like a reality television star. I don't, I think the rules are kind of non-extant.
Yeah, I don't think he's exactly our parole officer as much as a poor defense attorney.
Guys, we were in jail for like 3 nights.
Yeah, but it was like 3 non-consecutive nights.
Yeah, but listen, I don't care where we're going. I just want to know that if we're walking back into town, we're walking back into town. But I just
we are not walking back into that town.
Okay, so we're not walking back into town. Well, then I don't know what I'm worried about. Wherever you guys want to go, I'm sure I can find what I'm looking for.
And Derek sort of like, nods at those words, sensing the wisdom in there of, yeah, life is the journey, right? Typhus, you clocked it. Derek, game recognizes game, right? Zach, the goblin that had been sort of eyeing you up, sort of seeing if you were up to snuff, has sort of started to peek its way out of the room with the goblin sage, and is still definitely way leerier than it was, but at least a little bit quieter. Yeah,
Come
doing
here.
a little.
Come here, baby. Come here, baby.
It continues to stare, and like sort of like bobs its head up and down.
Oh my gosh, fine. Yes, you can see into my soul, and I lock eyes with it.
Uh, Again, that sort of familiar presence, sort of just brushing up against your consciousness, but almost like a moment in passing. As Derek sort of like continues to like put a couple of things together, Brendan, you are sort of close enough, your stealthy ways, your padded feet kind of let you creep a little bit close to see what he's packing in there. And you see a lot of like canned goods, things that look like they are sealed in like mason jars. You see a couple of books, some titles you don't recognize, some you kind of recognize as like uh, early city like poetry. Like some of the early greats who, in after the first 100 years or so of the initial founding, kind of discovered or I guess maybe even rediscovered truths about the land and the location, and sort of writes about it in this very nice, natural way, very very befitting of sort of the clockwork nature, that y'all experience, and also a sawed-off shotgun, uh, as well as what appears to be two very long, probably let's say like just 6.5 feet huge. They look like what you'd roll up like maps or what are they called? Like a drafting tube. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, really, a couple really long ones of those that he sort of has leaning off to against the wall to the side.
Whoa, Derek. Yeah, I didn't know you were a prepper, man.
Are you sure you didn't like look at him and think this guy's a prepper?
No, I'm just trying to. I think he kind of comes off as a prepper, but it's a lot of canned goods for. What's the gun for, Derek?
Yes, I can them all myself, and protection, obviously.
No, that makes a lot of sense considering what just happened. Do you have any
You'd be
more?
surprised at how often things like that have happened to me.
Honestly,
I
Oop, Derek fell down a big
unfortunately
hole.
a lot of left just love
I think
Something bad's happening to Derek.
I think we're tripping
Yep,
too
I'm
much
gonna
on
have
the Neo Goblonia stuff. It's got me all fucked
Yeah,
up.
yeah. I smoked a lot of that spark weed over the course of the past 24 hours, and I'm starting to think it may have had some effect on my five senses.
Yeah, and I definitely have just a normal concussion, maybe CTE.
You did get
Hopefully
hit. We were pretty close to that one explosion when I threw that thing, and then you tried to catch it.
And
I think it's really important to point out that before yesterday, no guns. Today, I feel like everybody's packing, and I don't know if everybody just wants to be part of the club. I think we should have a club. I think we could call it the
Gun Club?
Neo Rifle Association, the NRA. And
I like that.
Thank you. I have been working on that for a while, actually, but I don't know. I just thought it should be in the room. Thought we should talk about it while Derek is just completely blank faced over there. Like I don't know. He's going through.
He's
I think-
clearly, yeah. I'm down for the Neo Goblonia Rifle Association. The only thing is, and maybe Blair, do you have a gun? Because I don't have a gun, but I want to be part of this club.
So I'll tell you the truth. I don't have a gun, but what I do have is I found this thing a while back. It's I think it's like a sword, but it came with the bag I have. You pull out the sword, but then you can't actually take it out of the bag. It just kind of keeps going. It's just more sword the more you pull out, and it just gets heavier and heavier. So like I don't know how good it is really for defense, but it's kind of neat.
Where did you find that?
Oh, backstage.
Dude, that thing sounds like a hassle.
Yeah.
It is a hassle, but if you keep it in the bag, you really can't feel the weight. Now, when you start taking it out of the bag, heavier and heavier every time you pull it out. I haven't found the end yet. You know, me and the roommates, we've spent some serious time trying to find the end of that thing.
You know, I thought that was a plumbing snake the last time you brought that out. I didn't realize that was a sword.
I've never seen this. I think you guys are making this up.
No,
Here,
no.
hold on. It's just upstairs. Give me a moment.
It's weird because you'd think like you could just hold it by the hilt and whip it around and it would get longer because of like centrifugal force.
You're
But it
exactly
didn't-
right.
I don't remember if it did that or not.
Well, I've never really tried to use it as a sword before. Mostly for like plumbing stuff and opening packages. But we could always try. I've never really been in a situation where it's time for me to start swinging a sword around. And swords are kind of gauche anyway.
Not like
Derek snaps back to attention suddenly. He says, "Sorry about that. I lost myself, but for moments." And true enough, you look at Derek, and it does seem as though some image of him perhaps has sort of left, as though the events of the prior day have taken something from him, some visage maybe of how he held himself.
Oh,
that's what you
Hey,
get for
it's
smoking
okay.
during breakfast, man.
yeah, no worries about
Okay,
it.
I will have you know, first off, that I have not had anything today, and second off, what if you get off?
I'm just concerned for everyone's safety. That's all.
Believe me, I am too. I am more concerned, I think, than I have been in a while. I have to know. Did Royer mention anything about this place? I mean, how could he have possibly found us?
He just gave us the address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even directions.
Dude, he didn't give us any description, actually. Like, now that I think about it, it's actually crazy how little info... Like, we made multiple stops along the way.
We
Yeah.
made
had
like
no
5
idea what-
stops.
Yeah. We needed lunch.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we tried to hire someone else to do this.
Yep.
We went to the clean club.
Clean
And
That was bad.
yeah, that place always gave me, like, even whenever they were building it. Did you know it used to be an orphanage?
What the fuck?
That's crazy.
And
'cause it
around
was
that
giving-
time, there's a knock at the door, and there it looks like there's another intrepid traveler who is more or less kind of not paying any mind to the state of the building. A really colorfully dressed and just with a look of kind of wisdom in the eyes, a hill dwarf steps in. The door itself blown off of its like no, the deadbolt's gone on that bad boy, and just the door kind of treacly opens up, and yeah, a burly but sleek, svelte, if you will, dwarf is standing there.
if you
Hi.
came for the hello.
Is this dwarf me?
Yes, yes, that is correct. And for your about to say, just making sure we have context. This is sort of a spot for troubadours, vagrants, if you will, people who roam. This is a place for them to stop where people don't really, have anything other than friendly conversation, a good meal, a bed before, people move on, like Delrin did after the commotion in the previous day. Little D swore to go find the people who did what they did to the goblins and also to Squeakums, her tiny mouse, which I'm pretty sure just ceased to exist after she threw it at the mechanical ram.
Well, then what's the skittering in the
Almost certainly
walls?
incinerated.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, about to say, you do notice some skittering there. And Hollis, forgive me. Are we going to be using the name that our character generator generated for you, or do you have another name that you would like to be referred to by?
I have another name. The name is Marmalade.
Marmalade. Wonderful. So Marmalade, you do hear a skittering really quickly, and like your ears just kind of perk up at it, and you glance over, and sure enough, there's a half singed, traumatized little looks like a little dormouse, not big enough to do much other than try its best to survive, and it sort of skitters around the on the floor of Neo Goblonia, sort of makes its way over towards you, and just kind of sits there, catching its breath. This mouse has been through it.
The peasants here are particularly ugly.
I swear, if another person says something rude about my friend Typhus, I'm gonna freaking lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
Hello? Who
Hello?
might you be?
I'm Arnold, and these are my friends Blair and Typhus. Who are you?
My name is Marmalade. And who is this? He's pointing at the mouse.
I don't know. It's a fucking rat, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if that was here before or that came in after.
Guys, I think that's Little D's mouse.
Oh.
Oh.
Well,
I guess
Little D's mouse is awfully close to my foot.
Where's Little D at?
She skedaddled.
And she left her freaking gross mouse here?
I think
Derek sort of like without even looking up, she mentioned something about it having moved on in the night. I thought she meant that it had died, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
No one else is going to take it?
I'll take that.
It exploded.
Are you gonna eat that?
You'll take it?
He's gonna eat it. So I want anybody else who's not gonna eat it probably get first dibs, but he's gonna eat that for sure.
I don't even remember if I ate breakfast or not.
Don't give that mouse to Arnold. He's a giant cat person.
Yeah.
You want this mouse?
Big kitty.
Yeah, I was gonna eat that.
What would you give me for it?
I don't know.
the mouse isn't even fighting. This mouse has given up on any idea that life will ever be normal again.
Guys, this is the
me too, little guy.
The saddest possible mouse I've ever seen.
We could ransom off the mouse if you two want for it to not go to your friend. Then let's do an auction. Who wants this mouse?
I want the mouse. What do you want the mouse for? You don't have any right to auction
I
this
have
mouse
the
off.
mouse.
For now. Typhus,
Property
pull your
is
gun out.
9/10 of the law.
Around this time, I would say Derek sort of finishes doing up his little rucksack that he has. He glances again at the long carrying tubes that he has, and then makes his way into the room with the goblin sage. Kind of, you hear him not shut the door entirely behind him, and you hear some little noises of preparation, right? Like he's doing something in there too.
Guys, I think Derek's about to abduct the Giver Goblin.
No, I think the Giver Goblin and Derek have sort of a, understanding of some sort of a
psychic bond,
simpatico kind of deal.
Yeah.
What? Is that what you guys have been thinking this whole time?
Kind of.
Yeah, it seemed chill to me.
I thought that was like Derek's prisoner.
I just think it doesn't really move.
Yeah, I thought he said it couldn't move, or it would get all wonked up.
Were you just not believing him, and we were believing him? Was that kind of the?
I don't know. To be honest, I think I need a third opinion here. Marmalade, have you ever been to Neo Goblonia before? This place?
Secret room?
I think I remember being there, and I think I remember not liking it very much, and I think I remember trying not to remember it, and being drunk for the past several days. So, would you remind me of where I am and who I am and when I am?
Wow. Changed in my eyes.
You're my kind of friend. Holy shit. Wow. What are you on right now? Is it ketamine? What is it? Mushrooms? Come on.
You know what? I don't even remember, but I remember it was sort of square shaped, and then I put it on my tongue, and then
Holy shit! Wow, you're really into this stuff. That's great.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
this is
good.
still Goblonia, the building we're in. There's goblins and they're crazy.
oh, that's what they are. Okay, I just thought the population here was just a bit.
Yeah.
And
I
then
don't
do
wanna say
you happen to
kind.
work for like the government or anything? Like any kind of
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So,
working on what?
Yeah, what does
On,
that mean?
like on your resume or
okay, I had like an ongoing campaign for a little bit, and then there was something of a scandal, and then now I'm, it's sort of looked upon differently in the eyes of the populace, but that's neither here nor there. My image is going to change after I go and do some noble deeds and pick up little mouse and do something noble with it. Somebody needs to see me do something noble with this mouse.
Are you
someone
the
video?
fucking former mayor, Marmelon Lady?
No, the former mayor. I was so close to winning, and I would have.
Flashback
God.
to
Oh my
I
fucking
what I'm
God.
imagining here is like a gag where like the names are so close to each other, like on the mayoral ballots that people are like, oh shit, like which one? Who am I supposed to vote for? There was the person that was really evil and into all those capitalist things, and then there was also the person who was sort of like this grassroots, like folk singer, like general artist, that people were really kind of going for a bit. But yeah, no, that you do remember actually, the Brendan probably Arnold, in Blair. You remember whenever that mayoral candidacy happened, and that it was not pretty. Lots of scandals around that. That's to be sure.
I remember that. That was brutal, and it's all because of the illiteracy crisis. I think you were
Yeah,
supposed
because
to be a
I was
shoo-in.
illiterate, and they didn't want an illiterate mayor.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't know
someone
that.
told me that. That's not what I took away from it, but that I see that being the scandal. Yeah.
I thought the literacy crisis was more of a city thing, but now I see it was more of a candidate-specific issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. A lot of people can't read. I think it's a very common issue. It's common to me, and therefore.
And you don't think it had nothing to do with the fact that you had a similar name to the other person running for mayor who was bad and evil, and because a lot of people are illiterate, there was a mix-up, and you were supposed to be elected but didn't get elected? Also, you owe me that mouse. You said that during your acid trip that you were going to give it to me.
Yeah, you did.
Did I? Oh, okay. Well, here it is.
I shove it in my mouth as fast as I can.
Have I won your vote?
Yep. You got it.
Sweet.
amazing.
He's fighting.
The door to the Goblin Sage's room opens again, and Derek emerges amidst a flood of all of the goblins, with what appears to be like a covered palanquin, that is completely blacked out. For the people listening or watching who are more visual interpreters, it's a bird cage with like a one of the big cloths over it, so it can't have light in. That's been fashioned into an attachment to a rucksack, so it kind of rests. It'll as Derek kind of like gets the rest of his materials together, he has what is essentially like a hiking rucksack, that he has like managed to smush everything down enough to where basically from his shoulders up, he is carrying this cage on top of the rucksack. He has a sort of harness that helps to spread out the weight, but without a doubt, a pretty good burden even for such a small creature.
Goblin cage.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
Good
think there's a
eye.
bird in there.
I told you, abduction.
Okay,
And what do the constituents think about this? Is this good thing, bad thing?
not your constituent didn't win.
What happened? What happened?
That's
The
just
next-
not very nice.
you know what? I've had a tough few days. I apologize. That was on me. That was on me.
Listen,
I'm trying
if
to
I
be
get
better.
another mouse, the next mouse I will give to you.
Don't want one.
My
take Blair's
campaign
mouse.
promise: everyone gets a mouse.
That's
I've gotta
probably not
start
the
hanging out with
best
more
platform
humans.
to run on. Yeah, there's only so many people that are looking for mouses. I feel like.
The Tabaxi vote, though.
Yeah, you'll get the Tabaxi vote. We love mouses. I don't know how that'd go for the mouse vote. Can mouse vote?
Mm. I'm starting to
Nice.
think that politics are very difficult.
If you want to talk to politics, talk to Derek. He's abducting the Goblin King right now, or whoever the hell that guy is.
He also had a lot of
Derek
poetry books. He's well
like
versed in
doesn't even
politics.
respond. Yeah.
I will go chase after Derek.
Yeah. Derek is finishing up the last couple of attachment points. He does a couple of like little small like cross slashings just to make sure that everything's secure and that like a large majority of the weight is being distributed, to where it's as comfortable as possible for Derek, as comfortable as possible for the Goblin Sage. And yeah, Marmalade, you walk over to him. Derek is about just over 6 foot, not by a terrible ton. Looks like somebody who used to be in like terribly good shape, but in the time after that has enjoyed himself in his life a little bit more than he did, perhaps in what some might consider his prime. But he has just incredibly clear eyes as a result of his spark leaf habit, which, as we all know, when you smoke it, removes any trace of any bloodshot, like irritation, swelling in and around the eyes. And he is just, he sort of glances up at you as you approach, a small smile. And, well, I'm awfully sorry to say that now might not be a phenomenal time to stay here. Or, well, damn, I don't even know anymore. Maybe now's the best time. How did you
Well,
come across this place?
I walked mostly.
Hmm.
Now, I hear that you are taking this goblin sage somewhere. Is this some sort of power play or to a safer location, perhaps? Maybe after
Well,
this devastation in Goblonia?
after this devastation in Goblonia, I'm not really sure if anywhere's safe anymore. But I am the defender of Goblonia, so I do as I must to protect it. And right now that's finding somewhere for this guy to go.
Where would be safer for him to go?
Have any of y'all, and Derek sort of includes everybody, not like because the Goblin Sage and his pack are basically done now, and the last sort of things to clear up are, needing to be cleared up now. How much do y'all know about the lands outside of the city? Not just where the suburbs fell into hell, but everything surrounding here.
They're still there. We know that. I think.
Obviously.
Obviously.
I think as a kid, I went over to the mountains once.
Mm. Yes, and were you with anybody who was able to explain how those mountains got there?
I was with Virgil, and it's funny because he was yapping a lot, and I be honest, at the time I was not listening. I would, and I'm kind of I do have ADHD, so no.
He sort of like glances at Arnold. Do you know anything?
My cousins live in the suburbs, or we used to,
Hmm.
and I gotta be honest, Derek. I've had at least 2 head injuries this week, and there's no way that's good for me. But I do remember at least 1 to 3 of my cousins maybe being in the suburbs, and their house was okay, but they had a better backyard than our apartment,
It's
which had
true.
no backyard.
No backyard.
No backyard in
And
the
Not even a balcony.
and Derek sort of smiles and he says, "I think you'd be hard pressed to find anybody who really, takes the time unless they're enthusiasts. People who outlanders who enjoy the comforts of what the places outside of the city can provide, as paltry as they may be. The great crushing, I assume, then rings the bell.
I
The
was never a big school guy.
and you're among company, at least in terms of the people I see in Gablonia, Neo Gablonia, up until this point. The great crushing occurred whenever two of the moons fell on opposite ends of this place that we call the city, destroying and upheaving the land in seismic waves, stopping just outside of the city borders. Just enough to make everything a barren wasteland, except for the city itself. And as, of course, you've been able to notice, the endemic life suffered greatly because of it. But the city, being ever free, I suppose, with its wonders, replaced most of them as best they could with their clockwork facsimiles. And all of this to say, I'm going out onto the great fields of the crushing. Would you like to come with?
Oh, hell yeah.
Go to the place where the balls were crushed? Yes.
I'm down to move to the suburbs. I don't know about the ball crushing stuff, but
That's ball crushing stuff.
They were
Yeah.
already crushed. You got nothing to worry about, Arnold. It's already been preordained.
well, I've already been to the
It was
VET
basic
once
history.
this year. Basic history, we just learned about it. So
Well-
clearly it's some sort of well-kept secret that they don't tell us in school to the people that
Well,
are having a hard time
Basic,
listening.
basic if you pretend it is.
Arnold, will you do me a favor and roll a history check for me?
I will. Let me move my pizza out of the way.
Roll straight on the
Every-
pizza.
Every episode. Let's call it a pepperoni.
Pepperoni
Oh,
crit.
wow. That's
Ooh.
okay. That is a 13.
Okay.
fine.
You actually, those words escape your mouth of like, this was obviously a well-kept secret that we weren't taught in schools. And then you stop for a moment and like you really start to think about your curriculum, and it's like, no, you were told it like once in third grade, but it was like more about how great the city is and was, and less about like literally everything that died in the process of the crushing.
It went,
don't know.
It went suburbs into hell. Here's how cool the city is. Suburbs into hell again. Ball crushing. Texas history.
Some might argue the Texas history was there the whole time, but
Yeah.
regardless, though, Derek hoists up his pack on his shoulder and sort of looks at Marmalade, looks at Blair, and y'all are coming too, or is this where we part ways?
I think we might as well. What else am I going to do? Go back to my apartment? They're just going to arrest me, then throw me in jail for a night, and send me out again, and I'm caught in this fucking loop all over.
Sounds like there are people that my music can touch.
And Derek sort of like nods, and he is going to sort of part the blinds, the cloth blind on this the cage, and he just like for a moment just kind of like peers into it, and then sort of like nods and like sort of lifts up one side of the cloth, and the goblin sage is revealed, this ancient goblin whose scales have all fallen off, revealing its sort of soft leathery skin underneath those scales, and with the one that is still remaining on his forehead, suddenly a quick red pulse emits from it before it returns back to its usual steady glow of this strange root beer flavored, kind of indescribable other than literally what it tastes like, light. But as soon as that red pulse goes out, all of the goblins in the room, just like before, that same where that scale is on the forehead pulses as well. A lot, and almost all of the goblins immediately leave, running, sprinting full speed out the door. The only one that remains is the one that was bonded with Blair.
Junior.
And he like the goblin sort of like edges a little bit closer to you. It's still keeping a respectable distance though, but is not willing to leave with the rest of the goblins, as it seems as though the goblin sage, in some way, I guess, recommended.
Blair, did you
We can.
goblin?
Did I what the what?
Did you name that goblin? If you named it, we have to keep it. And really, we don't have the economy for one more person.
We could barely afford our own lunch the other day. We can't afford a pen.
Blair, did you name it?
Its name is Blair Junior.
Oh my god.
I just think he seems nice. He seems nifty. He seems nifty, doesn't he? Come on, guys.
Bulbous, huge eyes. I can see the resemblance.
Yeah. We both eat
Also,
trash.
Blair, it does occur to you too that Marmalade mentioned music. You very well might have another bard here finally.
It's true.
Arnold, same thing with you. You've been around enough, musically inclined people. You pick up on it too.
Forgot what instrument I play.
Come on. You.
It's because of the head injury.
You're always doing that one. That thing with the. It's got the you hit it, and then it makes that sound. Come on.
Yeah, that one.
Definitely makes sense.
We know that one.
Block. Yeah. I remember.
It's like a tatami sticks, Dong dong. Derek hoists up the backpack after that. He sort of looks at the goblin who stayed, Blair Jr., sort of recognizes the choice that goblin made and continues on. And walks right out to the front of Neo Goblonia.
I'm gonna
lean down.
sigh and just walk after Derek.
I'm gonna lean down in front of Blair Jr. with my now singed hoodie and be like, "Are you small enough? Can you fit in the hood if I'm not wearing it? Can you just hang out back there?"
Like you get a little bit close to it, and the moment that you come within the distance where you could reach out and touch, the goblin immediately is not about it.
Wait, cool. Hey, we can keep it casual. There's no need to commit to anything yet. Just follow along. We'll make sure we keep the other gobbos in eyesight, eh?
And sort of the goblin glances at the door where Derek has now left.
Yeah, come on, let's go, you and me.
And the goblin sort of looks around at Neo Goblonia, looks at Arnold, looks at Marmalade, looks at Typhus, and finally settles back on you, Blair. And the consciousness every now and then that rubs up against yours, for the first time, you feel something that you haven't felt, I feel like, in a good little bit. And maybe even feeling it from this goblin kind of makes you feel it too, and that's being homesick. Even before this goblin has left, the thought of being without its home evokes the feeling.
I know, buddy. I know, but home's where you make it. It's where your friends are, where your chosen family is. I had to leave Codsington to come here, and now you can leave Neo Goblonia, and we can find our new home. Little guy.
And then the goblin, waits for the rest of the party to finally finish filtering out, and everybody comes under a bright early afternoon sun, late morning, early afternoon, hot as balls outside. And Derek sort of, glances around, and then sets himself eastward towards the closest boundary of the city, in the opposite direction from, I believe, the way y'all went to get to the suburbs. And he starts to walk.
Well, good thing about my walking shoes, eh?
Yep. All right. I'm following Derek.
Looking forward to getting my steps in today.
Hey, you guys all saw that like vision of him yesterday where he was like a pillar of white light, seemingly like just this titan of pure strength. You guys saw that too, right?
Are we talking about Derek, or are we talking about the leather handbag looking goblin?
No, we're talking about D-Rack, my man.
Oh, I think so.
It's just
Again,
I didn't
hereditary.
trust him after that. He seems pretty strong, and like I'm not. So I'll just listen to what he's doing.
I feel you. He seems a little and I'm not trying to come off one way or the other, but I'm hushed tone a little bit. He seems
Okay.
kind of deranged, maybe, or maybe like enlightened to the point beyond a normal person's comprehension.
Dude, I think he got fucked up by all those goblins dying yesterday. And I'm gonna say it a little louder. I'm gonna be like, I think that all those deaths messed him up a little bit, actually. What do you think, Marmalade? You think all those goblin deaths really messed up our friend Derek?
Yeah, I think that if I saw a bunch of goblins like die, especially if I was like the protector, that like maybe I would harbor something deep inside of me that would sort of break in contact with that sort of trauma.
Are you guys saying like there's some sort of crushing guilt that's making him mentally snap? Already more so than he was before?
You know what? I'd say that's a pretty fair guess. It just feels like he's gonna mentally snap in a way that means he might cut in half one of our enemies. So, I mean, not that we really have like enemies, but like he's gonna cut somebody in half that probably isn't us.
Dude, yeah, and they
Blair,
foreshadowed his gun.
I hear you guys loud
That's
and
true.
clear. I think I'm gonna steal his gun. I think that's just the best way to go about this.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. I need to roll something real quick. Okay. let's not get carried away here. Okay. If Derek hears at all, it doesn't register because at that exact moment, Derek, let's say Arnold, you hear something that like instantaneously the chitters start in the back of your head. It's another a clockwork bird somewhere.
Can I roll a perception check to
Yeah,
look for
please.
one? My loud cat down. Move the pizza again. There's plenty of room here. Plenty of room.
That's your
Yeah,
dice
yeah.
tray.
Yeah. Oh, that's a little bit better. 16 for the perception check.
Yeah, you spot it, pretty easily in the distance. Not just one, it looks like there are three that are making their way not to where you are, it's worth noting, but still to Neo Goblonia. And it looks like at least one of these has the same burning sort of radiance that Typhus, the one that you took the incendiary charge from.
Now, I feel like we might have covered this last episode, but to clarify, is Neo Goblonia a place or a people? Like, is it heading to the building that was destroyed? Or
Yeah,
what?
so Goblonia is a conceptual place, a place in theory, if you will. New Goblonia is alluded to have been a place at some point, but Neo Goblonia was the name of that building in particular.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Mm.
There, I would say that there's a reason for it, but it would be so incomprehensible as to might as well not have one.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Do you guys see that?
See what?
After a little bit of looking and peering, even Derek stops. Same thing. About there are 3 flying clockwork birds heading in the direction of Neo Gablonia. It looks like just the assault that happened there yesterday was not enough.
You guess they're gonna turn it into a crater and freaking decimate it?
Do you think we can say we did our job then? Or, do you think they were expecting us to die in the explosions or whatever, so if they hear from us, they'll be quite cross?
I think
Dude,
both could be true.
I think the second we slept there and ate breakfast, that's when the fire bombing started. So I think our job is failed as far as evictions go. And let's get the hell out of here. Like, let's go to the ball crushing place. That place sounds fucking awesome.
We gotta stop calling it the ball crushing place. I know the ball is crushed there, but I get nervous every time.
There's nothing to be scared of.
We're up against a lawyer here. I think we argue like a lawyer.
Right, we got the mayor
That
right
guy's
here.
evicted. Yeah.
She says it's fine to go to the ball crushing place. And to be honest, I've been looking for strong leadership in this entire plane. I'm so happy to have somebody who just, is so in touch with the people. You lost that election, right?
Yeah, but I do love touching people, and it's why I would make such a great mayor.
Are you sure that wasn't the scandal at all?
What, saying that was what I told everyone is that I would love to touch all of my voters.
Arnold shoots a look over at Blair just to see if anything registering over there.
Guys, I don't hear anything wrong with this at all. Why don't we just keep heading to the crushing place?
I think we need someone in charge. Why not?
Yes.
All right.
Wait till my ex-wife hears about this.
That's 2 votes for. That means you've won this election.
Yes.
We love I loved the Emperor Palpatine meme. I love democracy. Y'all know that one.
I love democracy.
Y'all travel for about 3 hours or so. Sparse conversations here and there. I feel like Marmalade, you're the type of mayoral candidate that likes to not get to know the constituents, but get to know fun things about the constituents. So at some point in time during this little 3-hour trek to the outskirts of the city, you ask for 3 fun things from each of the party members. And then also because a mayor is nothing if not fair, a mayor lives in the place that they are the mayor of. In many ways, the mayor is the constituent. That's and you touch yourself, so you can touch them. Like it all just kind of it makes sense, right?
It's all a big circle jerk.
Yeah. So why don't you lead us off? What are 3 fun facts that Marmalade would tell about themselves?
Well, my wife took my name in the divorce. So that was the first thing, and now I had to be stuck with the name Marmalade.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Oh, so okay, I see.
Second thing, I was a part-time circus animal. Third thing, I don't care for Weezer like at all. Just kind of never really jived with me.
You were a circus animal?
Yeah, that's the one I've got questions about.
For a time, it was sort of between campaigns, between specifically my high school campaign and then the mayor one. They needed like the lion was like out on sick, and I could also play the harmonica, so it's like I was doing 2 jobs at once, and
Derek kind of glanced over and was like, "What were you paid for both of those jobs while you were doing them?"
Oh, they promised exposure, and boy was I exposed to a lot of people.
Ain't that the damn way?
Yes,
Who's next and telling their fun facts?
Why don't the rest of you share so I can get to know you a bit better? Why don't we start with the poor looking one?
Hey.
God.
Whoa.
God.
Okay.
Damn it!
All
I
right,
mean it
fine.
positively.
Fine, I'll go. Fine. I know who we were all talking about. I know who everyone thought. Yeah, number one. I've never paid rent in a place, so whenever I stayed there, I think the legal term is squatting. So, judge. And two, I don't have any licenses, and I do things that require licenses all the time. You would not believe how many crimes I commit a day just because I don't have a damn license. And to be honest, whatever. And three, I am allergic to shellfish. So I know
What?
we had talks about going out to that really nice sushi restaurant. I can't eat a third of the things on the menu. I can still go. It's less fun for me. So
When I'm mayor, we're gonna get rid of any licenses. It's not gonna be a problem anymore.
Oh, shoot.
yeah, you have
Consider
my
that
vote.
taken
Oh,
care of.
bonus fact:
Wildly.
I've never voted once. So if you've ever lost an election by 1 point, could have had this guy.
We'll change that. Mr. Arnold, the kitty cat. Is that offensive to say? I don't.
Yes, it is.
I had a cat
Bad
puppet.
campaign.
Wow.
Oh.
I gotta be honest. Marmalade, you told us a lot of different stuff about your backstory, but in the past 35, 40 seconds, you've elaborated to me exactly how your campaign fell apart. That's okay. That's okay. You've got a new platform you're gonna stand on, and I'm looking forward to it. Don't call me a kitty cat. I'm a grown
I
man.
understand. I understand.
I just have cat features. Let's not get weird about it. I ate that mouse. Still alive in there. For now. Still,
You
Don't
keeping it
use it,
around
don't-
for something, or
You feel him?
yeah, he's kind of squirming.
Mm.
But
doesn't
not
want to be
like
in
a-
there? I bet.
No, it just seems kind of uncomfortable. But, anyways. Oh, 3 fun facts about
Yes.
myself. Let's see. I'm my I was third best at Mortal Kombat in the apartment.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true.
Wasn't
Out of how
last
many
place.
people?
5.
Yep.
Yep.
Middle of the road there. That's
Yeah,
a bronze.
It
Not
was
really.
a tight race.
It was tough, and I only played Scorpion. Anyways, that's my first fun fact. My second fun fact: I used to be a professional thief hired by Don Cappuccino. And stole his wife's PS5. And then third fun fact: I think Weezer's okay.
You think? Sorry. Did you say Don Cappuccino?
Yeah, the mafia, the coffee mafia boss, Don Cappuccino.
He owns all the
The
coffee.
same
drivers.
one that circulated those photos of me at the circus?
I believe so. Yeah.
Actually, Arnold. Again, now that you think about it, no, you were definitely a part of that. You helped do that. For sure.
I remember something about a circus and being paid. And I remember telling Don Cappuccino, I said, Don, I'm not that good of a photographer. And he said, it doesn't matter. Arnold, just take the picture anyways. Doesn't matter if the picture's good or not.
You
Maybe
know
I should
what?
have left that out.
You know what?
thought it was a fun fact.
I learned a
I
lot
like
from
hearing
that
about your background.
experience. So I'm going to forgive this. When I'm mayor, you get a full pardon. Full pardon. And you do not tell people that I've said anything, any sort of microaggressions, cat related, tobacco related.
That is a bribe I will willingly accept.
Responsible for
Was it
ruining.
like starting now?
You
Starting
ruined it,
now.
and
Good.
you got a pardon.
Hey, can
Starting
my roommates
now,
get
I'm the
pardons
Logan.
too?
So then that would leave our friend Mr. Blair and your
Hello.
Blair Jr. Is there anything that I might learn from you, especially as a father?
I got second place in the Mortal Kombat tournament in the apartment. Kung Lao. Let's see, I'm in a codependent relationship with a Yuan T, who I haven't seen in several days, and it is having a terrible effect on me. And let's see. Oh, that's right, I'm a Codswallow. From Codsington.
Codswallow?
Yeah, usually that gets a bigger pop. Never mind. Let's see. Working on a play or 5 or once. I got a lot of fun facts. You just tell me when to stop. One time I put on a show and we accidentally killed let's just say most of the audience, and that's not like metaphorical. It was a bad accident.
It's the greatest tragedy
charges.
in the history of the
What
city.
happens?
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, Typhus.
Yeah, it's the single largest death toll of any live theater performance in the history of the city. I know that.
Well, the
that's
second
true.
largest was that circus performance where the lion got sick, ended up eating a young kid with a typhoid fever.
Yeah.
So
So you're in a
Let's see.
steamed company, yeah.
yeah.
I've got a sword I can pull out of my bag, but it doesn't come out of the bag. It just keeps pulling. It's like a fucked up magician's trick.
Well, let's see
It
it.
came with the bag. Well, hold on. I'll just kind of shoulder off my backpack, rummage around in there to find a sword hilt, and I pull it out.
Minutes
and it
to
just
pull it
kinda-
out.
I would like for you to name that magical artifact the sword of unnecessary length. Or what about like indeterminable length?
Can we just do long sword, but it's 2 words?
Yes, perfect. I love that.
Long sword.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Amazing. And is that something you're attuned to, Blair, or is that just something you have?
Oh, I just kind of have it. I don't really know what this is. It was like I said, it was just in the bag when I took it from home.
Well,
But like
That's-
home, not the apartment, but like home, like Codsington.
this is an artifact of your homeland in Codsington.
Yeah. For something,
Why?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. I just kind of know it's handy for opening boxes and letters and the other things that need opening.
Epic.
Let's see,
Well,
what am I on 6 now? Should I go for 7?
How do I win your vote? Is what I'm wondering.
Oh,
Good question. Yes.
Rent control. Really, that's my big thing.
Mm.
I should've said that.
No, it's very difficult. I've run a campaign on this, and a lot of people get very upset with you. If like a lot of very powerful people, like get really mad.
I got a lot of roommates, man, and I got a goblin to care for now. Rent
Here, and I've
control,
got alimony
please.
payments, and that's what I'm looking for a new place.
Well, I got a question for you, Marmalade. Why are you running for mayor?
I want to change things. I want to make.
Yeah, what?
Well, it all started when, okay, we only have a certain amount of time, I'm sure. But at the end of the day, it seems like only a few very powerful people get to make all of the rules. And sometimes those people are my ex-wife and my high school bullies. And I think that sometimes maybe the little guy should have a more equitable situation, maybe.
I get what you're saying. I saw inside the Clean Club the other day, and I was suddenly filled with a murderous rage.
Yeah, Marmalade, I know you have some experience in politics and you dabble in music. Have you ever done like contract killing, say on like a particular public figure?
Have I ever done contract killing on a particular public figure? And
would you?
Well,
Pro bono?
pro bono? Not one of the
Definitely
Kennedys,
pro bono.
right?
No,
talking-
no, no.
Yeah, pro
Then
bono. We're
no.
gonna ask you to kill Bono.
I think it's Mr.
We're killing
Gruyere.
Bono?
No, it's Mr. Gruyere, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
It's Mr. Gruyere. We were just doing a little joke.
yeah, I
The
think
Very
killing
we should,
part's
funny.
not a joke.
Very funny. I would never do a political assassination.
is he in office?
No, I think he's just like a lawyer,
Evolved.
Yeah, he's
but like a.
I think involved is a great word actually to describe Mr. Gruyère's general role in the city thing. Because, like, just how public can a figure really be? You know what I mean? What happens whenever somebody's the most public figure? Well, that's Mr. Gruyère, right? He's basically the public at that point.
I've certainly gotten some letters regarding my rent control sort of aspirations. I couldn't read them, of course, but I imagined that they were very threatening given the sort of like bits of like ear and like, kind of blood bits and, the gross things that were also in the letters.
Sorry?
I think that I was being threatened. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh.
It's around this point in time that Derek has been not necessarily making a beeline, like generally trying to keep to back roads. You guys see a lot of the sort of, as the city goes to its outskirts, tumbling kind of like, boulders rolling off of a mountain. There are smaller little places, small, like almost communities in their own regards, compounds, family compounds. On the north side of the city, actually, Blair, is where your family is from. And sort of one of those, it's more like Vinland up there. The Codswallows, of course, have their wonderful cod wine. You love to swallow it, being the tagline for it.
Mhm.
And so you there's a sense of familiarity as you sort of look around at these smaller sort of homesteads that people have made. But at all times, anytime that there's a sign of an enforcer, a camera in sight that's like hosting a CCTV, somebody on their data slab, Derek, tries to give a little bit wider of a berth without being completely, looking completely out of place. But eventually he gets to where it's sort of a sheer drop off on this side of the city that leads out onto the Great Plains of the Crushing. And on the other side, when y'all were heading out to the suburbs, it was a lot of like sort of cracky, jagged mesa. On this side, it is basically completely flat. Not quite glassy, but this is quite actually earth that has been scorched to the point of complete evenness as far as the eye can see. And y'all sort of have a vantage point to look over this, extending in almost every direction that you can see, as Derek kind of knocks on a door to what just appears to be a small shack, and then knocks one more time. And the door sort of shrieks open, and Derek stops and turns around for a moment and says, excuse me, Arnold, did you mention a Dawn Cappuccino earlier?
Begrudgingly, yes. It seems like it made the walk kind of awkward.
But
yeah.
Well, at least I won't have to introduce you. And Derek kind of like walks in, sort of being sure to duck down to make sure that the cage that is holding the goblin sage makes it in with plenty of sort of headroom, not to so as not to panic the sage, and sort of heads inside. And Blair, you and Blair Jr. kind of share a look. Yeah,
My hand
Typhus?
out.
I just know I'm
He
gonna have
has
to
his
hand
gun.
it over.
Got it.
I'm just ready to hand it over.
Amazing. Yeah, I got it.
That's how you hold it when you're ready to hand it over.
Yeah, it's either that or this. So you get to
Come and grab it.
Leading in, this is a shack that turns out is actually kind of connected via a sort of hastily constructed privacy kind of like hedge situation that lets you through into the much larger building that is behind it, which on the inside, milling about here and there. Sure enough, Arnold, this looks exactly like Don Cappuccino's base of operations the last time that you ran for him. Looks like he picked up and moved basically everything, including that really weird statue of the owl bear that always kind of gave you the jeeves. It's like a bad taxidermy almost, but it's like rigid. Like they tried to cast it into stone and it didn't quite capture everything right.
God.
Ugh, bad art.
Yeah, that is just straight up a mistake. I don't know why he leaves that out. That's hard to look at.
Yo, Arnold,
I
what's
can't
this
look
guy
away.
Don Cappuccino he's kind of scary, but he's actually a super chill guy. He's really nice and friendly. Um, unless you like owe a money or you wronged him or something like that. But he's kind of like a little. He's like a gentle giant. He's got a very sweet soul.
So he's an all-around great guy, unless one of us has like bad history with him.
Right.
That sounds
Yeah.
perfect.
That sounds fine. I haven't done anything to him. Arnold, you owe him money?
I don't think so.
Well, it seems like we'll be fine then.
It sounds like another
That's
clean sweep.
everybody.
I mean, Marmalade, your mayoral campaign was already ruined by the photography. So
I
what
would
else
have
do
made
you
it. That
owe?
one vote would have changed everything.
Dude, Arnold, I'm pretty sure you ruined Marmalade's life. Like, I'm pretty sure the whole city would have been better off if you had never taken that job.
My wife would have stayed if she had
Remain-
never seen those pictures.
What
Can
were
I
you
be honest?
doing at the circus?
I told you I was getting a lot of exposure. I was not allowed to wear clothes.
Dude, Marmalade was naked in
Boom.
front of a bunch of people, and it cost him the mayoral election. I think it could not be any clearer to me and everyone watching. Is nasty, is what it is.
I was
But
just
you know
trying to do a service.
If it makes you feel any
You
better,
were servicing them?
it catapulted my photography career for a little while. I did a lot of boudoir shoots. Is that what they're called?
That is what they're called. Good job, Arnold.
I freelanced a little.
I'll give him a piece of my mind if I can.
You're the leader.
You guys
do
would
whatever
let me
you
out,
want.
right? Like you guys would like if I said something like you'd be like, yeah, Marmalade, that what you did was wrong to him.
What kind of cowards?
Shit, I'm also a coward. How's this supposed to work?
Typhus has a gun, anything can happen.
It's true. It's true. I've shot it for much less.
How much
y'all make it to a little antechamber where y'all are motioned to just sort of hang out for a second while Derek goes a little bit further in. There is a rather burly looking dragonborn just kind of like leaning casually against the door that Derek sort of very carefully, knocks, waits a respectful amount of time, and then sort of gently pushes it open. He brings the full backpack with the goblin sage in as well behind him. And this dragonborn guard is just like looking at Typhus. Like not like staring, not like really upset necessarily, but like just staring at Typhus with his gun in the air.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here you go.
And he like looks at it and then it's like, no, thank you. You keep that.
You don't want this?
So did you like build that yourself?
Yeah, and actually, when it's really cool because actually the coolest part of it is actually that I actually put my initials in the inside of. Anyway, yeah, it's a whole summer. I have a whole bunch of them actually. If you'd like to see more.
And is that? And he sort of like leans in a little bit. That's like water pipe that you have there for the barrel.
Yes, that's correct.
And is that's just gorilla glue? I think that's leaking out off the side there.
That is correct. The best part is the hammer it's the activator for a toaster. So when I fire, it goes. Ding!
And the dragonborn just like you can't tell if he's in awe or in disbelief, but to certain degrees they basically accomplish the same thing. Around that time, Derek comes back out into the lobby or into this little anteroom rather that y'all are in. He sort of takes a breath in, he gathers himself, and he looks at everybody and says, "If any of you have any identification on you, unfortunately, I am going to need to see it. The Dawn requires it to know who he's about to talk to, and well, chances are we're not going to need these identities much anymore. At least not governmentally speaking."
You
Yeah.
genuinely would not believe it, but the only place my name is written down is in the barrel of this gun. So you have to tell them to look down the barrel of my gun. I'm so sorry.
We're gonna skip on that specific part. I'll let him know that you are already off the grid.
Okay.
I didn't bring a fucking water bill, man. My bad.
Yeah, I left my wallet at home. I think my socials are on my phone, but Tucker, you know me. Right? Come on, right? You remember me? It's Arnold, man.
And the Dragonborn is kind of glances over and is like, "What happened to you, Arnold?
I kind of went whole
How
hog.
have you fallen so far?"
I really thought my thief career wouldn't pay as well as the boudoir shoots, so I kind of stopped taking jobs, and I just did the shoots. But I realized I was really only good that one time. We don't need to talk about what had happened, and ultimately, kind of lost a lot of money. One bad heist. I think I stole this really important artifact, or I didn't steal it, and then I sold it to my cousin. And then I got like 3 brain injuries and lost half of my roommates. That's mostly it.
This is why you do not run from your family, Arnold. Your uncle waits inside and sort of beckons into the room as Derek kind of, shuffles back in. Kind of has his hand out and is like, "Really? None of y'all have any? I mean, I suppose that makes it easier, but none of you have any." And then
I have one image you may recognize, and he's gonna hold up the image of it.
Just for behind a heavy brass cast desk, an old tabaxi missing an ear and being bald on whiskers on one side of his face. This is Cappuccino, of course known by his alias. Let's see, what's a good Fingerless, we'll call him. This is Cappuccino. Arnold, what is your last name? Does your family do last names?
My last name is McAfee.
McAfee. So this is
That's true, that's
Cappuccino Fingerless McAfee, the dawn of the Thieves Guild in the city. And hanging on the wall behind him, in the biggest, most fuck off way possible, is a gilded television, which is displaying on it a rotating carousel of every picture that Arnold took of Marmalade, every angle, even the ones that didn't go to publication. And Cappuccino, Don Cappuccino, is sitting back in his chair and just with the worst kind of do something about it look on his face as he sort of surveys over the party.
They're so tasteful.
Yeah, Arnold, that one is really nice. I can't
No,
believe they didn't
I
publish
do
that
agree
one.
that they're well taken, and I've used a few for headshots. But why do you have this? You just look at this all day? It's not enough that you've ruined my career. Do you enjoy them?
No, Marmalade. It is not enough that I ruined your career. No, Marmalade, I wanted to see the look in your eyes when you were confronted with the power that I have always held over you. And thank you, of course, to my nephew for being ever the great photographer.
I love being artistic. You know what they say.
Yes. My life was in shambles, and did I do something personally to you to upset you? Did I not cover something in some of my campaign promises? Did you not like when I went like from acoustic to electric during my music career? Like, what is it that?
Have you spent, I just want to know for my own personal joy, have you spent much time considering exactly why I would go through with something like this? Did it keep you up at night? Did you wonder if that's the reason your wife left? Something along those lines, how the city would be different, a better place if you didn't win, all because of what? So, there must be some meaning. Am I right there? Sound familiar?
I mean, it couldn't. This isn't a proposition, right? This isn't a proposition.
So, to answer your questions, since they will bring me such joy to answer, your wife left because I was sleeping with her. 2, no, the city would not have changed if you had won, even by that slim margin. And 3, I did it because I just think you're really funny, and it was really funny to do that to you. That's the honest to goodness truth there.
Oh shit!
Yeah, my uncle can take jokes kind of far sometimes, but you got to laugh out of it, right?
Do I have to laugh?
What was it you always told me?
You would sleep with your wife. Holy
Arnold,
without me.
Commit to the bit, right? Isn't that what you always told me? You gotta commit
I
to the
always
bit.
say.
Yeah.
Whoa, you
You
guys
have to
are
commit to my
crazy.
bit.
Oh my god.
And tell me, to all of you, from what I gather here, in just how committed are y'all right now in terms of the law? Committed
In terms
to
of-
crimes, committed to failed relationships. How has it come that you are here on my doorstep, following what might have been one of the greatest enforcers on in the aftermath of the crushing, the great commander Derek Stormfight, walking into my doors after all these years? How have you come to me?
Oh, he asked.
We were just kind of following him.
Yeah, to be honest, we're actually pretty bad on follow through. We were here on a different job, and it has to be said, Derek's past his prime. I don't know what's gotten in him over the last day, but he saw a bunch of goblins die. So, to be honest,
I covered Blair Jr.'s ears.
Every time, Typhus, after around the second time that you've said it, Derek's eye twitches ever so, like, just barely perceptibly. But he makes no other indication that he's in any way responding to what you're saying.
oh, perfect.
Yeah, just how you like it.
Just like it.
The Don Cappuccino eyes, sort of scans to the party, and says, "I hope you'll know what you're in for whenever you go out onto those great scoured plains. Death, primarily, I think, is usually what the cost is. But on the plus side, at least you're not in the city when you die, so funerals handled in many ways."
Well, Mr. Don, what's waiting for us out in those plains? Something nice?
Did you look?
It's all glass. It's all smooth. It's completely flat. It's ruined.
Yes. Yeah, scoured. The plains. Gone. What used to be there, landscape, sea, mountain, grass, animals, people. Gone. Just like that. 2 moons fallen out of orbit. No one really knows why anymore. Seems as though more than just the terrain was obliterated in it, but the city remains. And I remain here with the city. So I'm always curious whenever people want to leave it to wander forever and then die of exposure. I suppose that's all.
Oh, you know what? Not everyone dies of exposure. Sometimes you get exposed and you come back stronger.
Amen.
Amen. I think on that note, I'm going to have that line be the button to take a quick 5-minute break. And we will return at 8:35 for more of the Final Rules Chaos.
Yippee!
Yippee!
You just hang out on starting soon.
Yeah, we wish. Hi, everybody. We are mostly back, but back enough to continue. Don Cappuccino sort of looks through what he has available and just produces a handful of like pretty easy, like we'll get past 95% of people looking at just for general identification. It seems as though he has quite a bit of them, a rather large collection going for various ancestries, for various like jobs. Each of you sort of just takes a peek at your documents. You have an occupation listed for each and every one of you, as well as an alias. Arnold, what is your alias and what occupation is that alias working under?
The occupation is professional freelance photographer, boudoir only.
Yeah.
And it is under the alias Gloves McAffee.
No, amazing. And is this an identity that you've used before while you've been working with? Yeah, okay, gotcha. And Blair, what is your alias, and what is the alias's occupation?
This is just my brother.
Yeah.
This is just my brother. This is my brother's ID.
And what's your brother's occupation? Just out of curiosity.
This is Blair Codswallow. He's a winemaker. He's a brewer.
Amazing. A brewer. That's phenomenal. Typhus, what is your alias, and what is their occupation?
Yeah, it says Pat Humongous, and he's a diplomat. Specializes in arbitration.
Amazing. Diplomat in arbitration, huh?
Yes.
And Marmalade, what is yours?
You've just handed me back the same photo and then on the back wrote cuck.
Well, to be fair, I don't think that's anybody would be missing out on your identity, even if I did give you a fake one. Unfortunately, your mugs. I guess some might say that. Yes, I find myself constantly wishing your life was awful, and why it is so. Yes.
Yeah.
And then outlines a quick thing, which is like mostly these new identities and aliases are going to be to get you past any of the guards who might be like sort of patrolling on the outer edges of the city. City ordinance to say like you aren't allowed to go out onto like the scoured plains just because of how dangerous they are, obviously. So most of the time, the people who are the guards just like are generally checking if you don't have ID. Usually, they'll just call something that can identify you. If you're like a vagrant or whatever, you get tossed in jail. The whole usual thing, right? But y'all make it to the edge here, and sure enough, there's a little checkpoint. A handful of enforcers, let's say like maybe 15 to 20 of them, spaced sporadically on sort of the border. A couple of them sort of nudge each other as the party walks up, and Azamar sort of glances over, and with eyes that are the color of a starless sky, sort of looks over everyone, and just with a voice like a clear note being struck on an absolutely perfect timpani, just, please, may I have your documents? As you know, not everyone is allowed out onto the plains if they do not understand the danger. And sort of collects them all from everyone, and sort of goes through So for each, and distributes them sort of among the guards that are there. The guards are going to just sort of look over all of them. And the Aasimar glances at Typhus. And are you Mr. Humongous?
Yes, I am.
And would you like to tell me what someone in your role will be doing out on the Scoured Plains?
Yeah, basically if like I don't know, if two groups of adventurers or party people get into a discussion or an alternation, as we call it, then actually what will happen is I'll step in and I will cease. So that's primarily what I would do if I were so exactly.
And then the Asmar sort of looks back over the papers that you gave and says, "Ah, yes, arbitration. Ah, yes." And I'm going to have you make a. Let's give you a. I don't know, whatever you would like. Any thing that would make sense in the general charisma category for trying to deceive this Asmar.
So
And I will. Their save is going to be with disadvantage.
with disadvantage. All right. So all right.
Okay.
Can I
Makes
give
sense, makes sense.
Typhus a big pat on the back and say, "You've got this," and give him bardic inspiration?
Yes, absolutely. That's going to be an extra D4, I believe,
All right.
Yeah.
or maybe D6 for Bard. Let me double check that.
Level 2.
Inspiration. D6. Pardon.
Okay. So that's a natural 4 for the lower one. Actual 2, because I have a -2 to charisma. +1. So that's a 3.
The Asmar just sort of like looks at you and then just hands the papers back, and is going to move on to Blair, and sort of gathers the document back. The enforcer that the Asmar gets him from sort of nods at them, and the Asmar glances through and says, "Oh, a member of the Codswallows. I find myself rather enjoying partaking of your delightful wares."
Yes, that's one of ours, of course. That was one of mine. Surely the one you just said, obviously.
Oh, oh, what was it really, Mister? Yes, you are Flair. I love how do you always describe the flavor of your wines? They're so
Swallowable.
yes, tolerable. Yes, absolutely.
No,
Swallow.
no, no.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
yes, swallowable. Yes, I'm sorry. I get so overwhelmed whenever I think of the great things that you have provided and your family.
It happens. It
Uh,
happens.
I I I couldn't help. I'm a huge fan of the vineyards and your brewery. Uh, whatever happened to the youngest? May I ask?
Oh, I'm afraid we haven't heard from him in quite some time.
Oh, why is that?
He said he wanted to be poor.
Well, why didn't you stop him? Why didn't anybody in your family convince him to stay?
Oh, he had a sword. It was like it was a whole thing. He had a sword, and he was in one of those moods.
And nobody said anything. I thought that you were so close to your younger brother. You didn't say anything to stop him. You didn't want him to stay home and take over the family business like he always thought was his destiny.
No, I was just like, hey, come on, champ. And that really didn't take.
Oh, that's very sad.
That was the
And
biggest emotional outburst in the Codswallow family, like, annals. So, just like some context there.
And same thing. I think that you can make whatever charisma roll you want, and then the Asmar is going to be rolling with disadvantage as well.
All right. We're just gonna make a nice, simple performance check here, which of course is a 17.
Amazing, perfect. And Arnold, yeah, same sort of thing. You get the up and down, and then also at the same time, the Asmar's eyes sort of slide from you to Marmalade, and instantly all of the enforcers start laughing. Like, that was the oldest player. Do you remember the pictures? Yeah, the one from behind. And again, just like really just tearing in, and Asmar sort of like wiping a tear from their obsidian eye, just like sort of glances back down and says, and you must be uh, Marmalade's personal photographer now. Tell me, do you have any more great pictures you can share of Marmalade's exposure?
No, not entirely. That's why we're heading out to the plains. We're gonna get some the real glossy finish of the glassy plains. We're gonna do some tasteful things, stuff pushed up against the ground. So nothing yet, but perhaps catch us on the way back.
And of course, I'll be grabbing the stuff that we were pushing up against on the ground, and I'll be taking it and I'll be putting it in my pocket, and I'll put it in a barrel later, and then the barrel will become drinkable.
Yes, that will all happen.
That's the
And I'll be
unified
there.
purpose.
And Azamar like is handing back like the papers. An enforcer runs up and produces a physical copy. It looks like a trading card, actually, Marmalade, of your least favorite out of that entire like set that Don Cappuccino ordered against you. And is like, oh my god, I never thought that I would have this opportunity. I thought that you had done the whole didn't want to be around anymore thing. I would have been so embarrassed. Would you mind signing this for me, actually, just so I can prove to people that
This one isn't even in focus, first of all. Second of all, okay, and turning to Arnold, when you took these, you got to get the ISO correct, or else like all of my taint is like just completely overshadowed.
That's got to be a collector's edition. That's definitely. I was testing the shutter speed. Had to be.
It's out of focus.
Let me ask you this: does this photograph, does this paint the picture of someone that you would trust to make decisions about the way that you live your life?
Look, I just really wanted the signature. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I don't think anyone would really believe me anyway, but
can you promise me if you ever saw me on a ballot, perhaps, that you might check that little box that says Marmalade, and maybe it can become sort of a policy of mine that I can get better produced images.
See, I didn't the first time, and so I feel like it would just be a little awkward if, it's really fine. I really shouldn't have bothered you. Like it's a little bit rude, I guess, but
Just sign it.
yeah, I'm just gonna tell everybody that you did off yourself, and everyone will be happy. So I'm sorry about
You
that.
know what?
And then the officer's gonna like sort of scamper off.
No, wait.
And then the officer like very hesitantly like looks over his shoulder.
Come here.
Then
Who am I
the
making it
officer's
out
like,
to?
Look, and he's like, just why don't you just write something like, "I'm still here."
And he hands back complete gibberish because he doesn't know how to read.
I didn't really want this anymore anyway. And then turns to the Asmar, just why don't you let him on through? And the Asmar like looks back and says, Please know that there is nothing out there, no resources for you to subsist on. Only flat, endless eternity awaits. May you find what you're looking for and return. And if not, oh well. And the guards all sort of just like motion out and out onto the plains. The
Well,
first thing that strikes you all is the sound of walking on these plains. Every step, it's not an echo because there's nothing to bounce off of. It's more like a hopping of sound across this great plain, like as if every step was a pebble that was kicked into a canyon, almost immediately lost to sight, sound, and existence. And after what appears to be, from everyone's accounting, about 2 hours worth of walking, you turn and it looks like you haven't moved nearly at all.
I hate this.
I don't think we've moved at all.
I'm not supposed to walk this much. I'm supposed to sit down a lot. I don't like this. I don't like this. Can we turn around? It's better to turn around. It's better to keep going.
I think it's better to keep going. I think we got to keep, dead ahead. That's what I said.
Derek.
Yep. Yeah, Derek is just sort of soldiering on. It looks like he's almost sort of entered into like a meditation. Like the way that, like, the reason you march in rhythm is so that you can march for a really long time because you're focusing on the rhythm and not on the fact that you're walking. And Derek is sort of like back in that mindset. He is just trekking out amongst the plains. He stops on occasion whenever he notices people lagging, but otherwise, once everyone is rested up and sparse water, is sort of taken from everybody, Derek just continues forward.
Typhus, you're a pretty handy
And
guy. Could you make like a scooter or something, or like a tandem bike we could all ride on?
Yeah, I'd have to do that in the morning, though.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want me to tinker, it's got to happen in the AM. I'm done tinkering once 10 o'clock rolls around.
10 a.m.
That's not long. That's
Yeah,
not long at all.
AM, guys. If you don't stick to my schedule, I'm not going to tinker for anyone. I'm
Typhus-
tired of tinkering, honestly. Virgil made me tinker all the damn time. Make an alarm clock. Make pool floaties. I have needs. I have wants.
Was Virgil making you do that stuff, or was he challenging you to do that stuff?
Challenge making? Who knows? You know what? I don't have to. I'm a diplomat. I don't have to take this.
What rank did you get in the Mortal Kombat competition?
Oh, very funny. I did not live with them. I was unhoused my entire life. I do not know these.
Oh, I see. You don't have access to Mortal Kombat.
No, he's not one of our roommates. The rest of the roommates are...
I've got access to Mortal Kombat. I've mortally combated many people. I got tons of access. All right, so
What?
if we're all pointing fingers, what's up with the spreading that you were doing in like half of those photos? Who are you spreading for? What the hell is going on with that? And you know what, Arnold? We're taking you to the doctor as soon as we get back. You've definitely got brain damage. I asked you about Don Cappuccino and what he was like. You didn't mention he was your uncle. We all found out as we were walking in.
It's true.
I feel like the thing that I bit down on yesterday made me forget a lot about who I am. Which is weird that I remember specifically all of the photography stuff because it's vivid and like muscle memory almost.
The Mortal Kombat stuff too, for sure.
Yeah, well, it's hard to forget that.
Arnold,
That's an accolade.
There's also the fact that you have the biggest family, I think, known to Tabaxicon. Like litters upon litters upon litters with no runts. Like everyone made it. So like you have a big family. It's easy to escape your mind.
It's hard to keep track. There's a lot of cousins.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, is there a Mrs. Cappuccino?
He stole her PS5.
I thought
it was your wife.
It was my aunt, and I stole her PS5. But I feel like they might have got a divorce after he started sleeping with your wife, ex-wife. I don't know. But
What the situation is anymore. I'm just sort of curious. I'm just trying to get a lay of the land.
I feel like my uncle might be more interested in you than your ex-wife at this point.
Did seem to like my pictures quite a bit, enough to have a little rotary of them.
Well, I'll play devil's advocate. Those pictures I took were beautiful and tasteful, and that is about the closest thing to, masterpieces as the photography medium could allow, I think.
I can't argue with that. We'll have to get those photos on the way
next
back.
time we see them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The sun eventually sort of begins to cast long scarlet fingers across the scoured plains as they stretch out in front of you, reflecting off of the immaculately smooth surface in ways that not even the purest of reflecting surfaces that you've ever seen could. It almost in moments appears as though there are two suns simultaneously setting into each other on the horizon. And as the last bits of light sort of stop, really, it's almost beautiful because the way that the sun's setting on the horizon and the way that the sun is sort of creeping across the plains to meet each other, there's a moment where it just appears as though there's one sun halfway above the horizon and halfway embedded into the horizon as a sheer reflection, one to one. And it's around that time that Derek sort of stops everybody and for the first time unhooks the goblin sage from the top of his rucksack, sets it down, and begins to lay out a rudimentary camp. He begins to hum while he does. And for something in the way that he's moving sort of belies an internal struggle right now. This is something that he has done before, but it's almost as if his hands hesitate every time that he goes to do a familiar like as he goes to like fold out his tent or like unroll his sleeping bag, something happens like in the moment right before he chooses to do something where it almost feels like he has to make an extra decision that yes, this is what he is doing again, and yes, it is probably going to suck more than the last time that it happened because that one sucked more than the time before and maybe even the time before that. But Derek eventually gets the fire lit. Everyone in your various bedrolls, tents, he does his best, sets up a decent enough meal, and everyone is sitting around the fire by the time that the stars begin to emerge.
Eric, I never asked you for a fun fact.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about it while y'all were talking, trying to decide what my fun fact would be. I would say my fun fact is I've seen a dragon.
Bullshit.
Those aren't real.
No. I swear to you, I've seen one. It's not the kind of thing a man forgets.
Like those pictures. Are you sure
Yeah,
you didn't take anything? You saw this completely sober?
Perhaps in many ways the most sober I've ever been. But that is my fun fact, asked for and answered to the best of my ability. And no, I've never seen that dragon again. And yes, I have wondered if it was real.
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine
dragons?
Oh, come on.
Do you want to elaborate on that at all?
Yeah,
long story short, a bunch of people had died that day, and as I sat wondering what the reason for life was in the first place, amidst all of this pain and suffering, and for what? I looked out above the smoldering remains of the people that I called my mates, and well, unfortunately, there in the distance, I saw what appeared to be a dragon. But damnedest thing, I swear that dragon was orange. And
Orange?
that's
Orange
all.
dragon before.
Yeah. Again, I have wondered whether or not it was real, but you got to trust what you experience after a certain point, I guess.
I suppose.
Guys, and I might be wrong here. Was Mr. fucking Gruyere orange?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But like, you know,
Too?
there's like orange guys. You look for them, you see
Sometimes
them.
people are orange.
Sometimes
No,
people are orange.
When we saw him, was he orange? Like, I don't remember what.
Yeah, he was orange.
Oh my god. Okay. I don't know. I can make napalm too. I learned how to make napalm. I'm just throwing that out there too.
That's nice.
You're throwing out
And then
napalm?
Derek sort of like nods, completely choosing to ignore, as he has up to this point, Typhus talking about the explosives that he makes. The Derek actually though is considering, I think, Typhus, what you've said, where he says, well, if there ever was a man I would believe to be a dragon, it would be Mr. Gruyere, that
Yeah.
greedy, selfish.
Holy shit.
Sitting on a
I
mountain
will
of
say nothing
gold.
more than I've already said on the matter.
We kind of think he's the devil.
Yeah.
That's what we're workshopping over
a
here.
I
Mm.
guess dragon, devil, they're similar, you know.
Well, let's
Uh,
get some Blair here.
Yeah, you know, I've got horns. Am I a dragon or a devil?
No.
No, I'm.
Because you're sweet and you're not a bad guy.
No, come on.
No, I mean that, Blair.
Yeah,
Hey,
Blair, come on. You've
thanks,
got
man.
the longest sword out of any of us.
You know, I really don't know what that thing is.
Dude, yeah, you gotta take that into an expert. That's not normal.
No, I don't think it is. It seems maybe like something I should have cared about more, kind of in
Yeah.
hindsight.
Somebody's
ever think
definitely
you're-
missing that in your hometown. We should
Yeah.
definitely pick it up when we go back there.
Also, what's the Cods wide made out of? What's in
Fucking
the
grapes. What do you mean?
Okay.
Well,
Thank
you know,
God.
you say that, but there's a lot of pictures on those bottles that don't make a lot of sense. It's a lot of other body parts on those bottles, and I'm just saying.
I was worried it was like fish wide. That's what I was worried it was gonna be. Which, as I say, I forget that I have my tabaxi taste buds, and that does sound kind of nice. But out loud, it sounds kind of yucky. Cod wide.
Look, like almost all of them are made from grapes. Some of it's made from like rice. Some of it's made from potato. It's mostly like normal stuff, except for like this limited run special ones that they do. But I don't want to talk about my family
Why does the
business.
That's fair.
Why does the bottle look like Guernica? It's just all body parts.
It's sensual. It's provocative. I don't want to explain my family's fucking brand book to you right now, man.
If you had swallowed it, you'd have already gotten it.
It's swallowable.
It's
Whatever the hell
swallowable.
they say. It's good to swallow. There was the fish one like one time. I think they brought it back for the 10-year anniversary. So like 2 times.
I think I remember that one.
There was the liver wine.
It's horrible.
There was the rock wine. It was just. I don't want to.
Speaking of which, where are we gonna eat out here? There's like nothing.
That's a good question.
You still have that
Derek,
mouse?
again, the mouse actually. Arnold, you're probably the least hungry out of everyone leading into sort of supper, but Derek did provide a sort of basic like chicken stock, vegetable stew, soup,
Thanks,
if you
Derek.
will. and Blair Jr. Is sort of beginning to you lose sight of him for a moment as you're chatting around the campfire with your party, and you catch sight of Blair Jr. Sort of having created a small nest in Derek's sleeping roll next to where the Goblin Sage currently is sitting uncovered, since it is rather dark outside, and the goblins like to know what time it is to varying degrees. Mostly the shade cloth is just there to keep it from making any unfortunate goblin noises.
You gonna tuck in over there, Blair Jr.? Hey, that's okay. We both gotta protect this guy, huh? Good job. You have a little chin scratchy. You want a chin scratchy?
Well, and for the first time, Blair Jr. lets you. It's just a moment, but you touch one of the scales on Blair Jr.'s the cheek, and then from there a ripple extends across all of the other scales, and the goblin goes a deep melancholy blue, and it Blair, swallow, and it looks at you, stares deep into your eyes. Blair, swallow.
You're missing a syllable in there, but you're getting really close, buddy.
And the goblin looks at you and looks back to the sage and says, Blair, why?
Why what? Why what, Blair Jr.?
Why? And again, sort of glances around at the stars as they reflect off of the plains of the scoured plains across their surface. Again, making almost even the very surface that y'all are sitting at a single fire amidst an infinity of stars above and below. And the goblin looks out and looks back at you, Blair, and sort of locks on. And why?
I don't know. I don't know right now, but I think we might find out. I think we might find out soon.
And then the goblin sort of nests a bit further down and begins to hum along to the tune that Derek has been humming on and off, just sort of settling in. And Blair, you make your way back to the campfire where everyone's still. At this point, Arnold, I think that the conversation has come up about other work that you've done. Do you have like a portfolio of any kind?
It would be online.
Okay.
And it would be quite short because I think after the Marmalade shoot, there might have been 2 or 3 other times where he tried it professionally and it didn't pan out.
Just never quite captured the same magic kind of thing.
Yeah, it just was. It wasn't the same. I think it was the fact that he deep down he thinks it's probably because the person knew they were being photographed and there was some sort of weird kinky voyeurism about the first shoot. That made it so
no. It's an ephemerality. There was an ephemerality to the first shoot. There was the fact that it was candid, right?
Right. But it would be online, but not extensive.
Sure. Do you have your data slab on you?
Yeah, I do.
Blair, you have yours, right? You took it from Neo Gablonia?
Yeah. I brought it with me.
Typhus, do you have a data slab?
I never got one.
Gotcha. And what about you, Marmalade? Data slabs, of course, being this sort of the analog to modern day cell phones, right? It's a way that you can access information at almost any time and communicate with others.
Yes, I have it, and he is constantly refreshing his ex-wife's Facebook page.
Amazing. So actually, because of the way that these slabs work, what you are you're actually experiencing something similar to Blair when the last time that he looked at it, which is the data slab taps into your psyche to show you the thing, like the image, the information that you want the most at that moment. So you're just staring. Like you pull out your Arnold's like pulls out his and is sort of like conjuring up the images and like showing it to people. You, however, every time that you look at your and every time that you look at Arnold's, you see the original image, but it always changes into an image of your ex-wife.
But then it changes to Don Cappuccino.
With your wife, yes.
Yeah.
And at that point, the main frame is edging, unfortunately, a little bit too close to home there. And actually, now that you look at it, it's moving again from Don Cappuccino to well, shit, that looks like Mr. Gruyere. And Arnold, suddenly the subject of your last photo shoot, what was supposed to be your favorite one of it, suddenly morphs into an image of Mr. Gruyere. Blair, sure as shit, you pull out your phone just to check, and his orange, orcish face, looms large in the stream.
Yeah, new promo, new show. It's like his fourth one on the air or something now.
Up in the air with Gruyere, late night talk show. What the fuck is this?
I see you.
This feels like a more targeted ad than usual.
Yeah.
Suddenly, the Mr. Gruyere, his image settles as a figure in the midst of a dark abyss in the portals, and every time he goes to speak, it sounds as though it's coming from inside your own head. I see you, and I know that you did not do what I asked you to do. Oh. These days, you just cannot find good work, I tell you. Derek has, at this point, stopped and is going over to examine the Goblin Sage. Something has drawn him away in regards to the goblins over there. But everyone, y'all are engrossed in the image of Mr. Gruyere, in a way demanding attention in a way that never quite got you with the data slabs. I mean, Blair, you talked about before how you never really, got much from it. You never really used it. And now suddenly you're enraptured. You too, Marmalade. Typhus looking over sort of at Arnold's as well. Mr. Gruyere, you have no doubt in your mind, is speaking to each and every one of you. I hope you don't mind me exercising my legal rights in order to obtain the permission to be making a broadcast like this, and I'm making sure that you three and sorry, you four, I suppose, are witness to something that I don't get to show everyone because we are very close to something great today, and you three and maybe even those others that you called friends and compatriots before, and even you, almost Mayor Marmalade, are about to see something you will never forget. I see you. And then for a moment, Mr. Gruyere's image seems to fade for just mere moments, fades into what appears to be some live image of Sylvia and Virgil and and Michael and some a shorter dwarf that you don't recognize, and they are in a strange place where all of the angles seem a little bit too perfect, and they are being loomed over by a large demon in a well too pressed suit as he extends a dark orb towards the dwarf. Mr. Groyer's voice comes back in. I want to show you what I've been working on in my spare time. Not just me, but my compatriots too. And I'll let you see. And the dark orb suddenly seeps into the dwarf, and without something as petty as a command word, the dwarf is dominated and gone. Whoever that person was, in front of Sylvia's eyes, to an aghast Virgil, to an incredulous Michael, ceases to be. And Mr. Groyer suddenly scrubs that feed back, and you see it again, the exact moment where that orb touches the dwarf's chest, and you can see the soul being destroyed. There's no other way to describe it. You just watched someone, their very being, get annihilated. And Sylvia, tears beginning to form, just looks up at the devil. And then it plays again. The dark orb touching. This time, each and every one of you almost feels what McClaven felt when he ceased to be. And then again, and then again, and then again, and then again. And you realize that Mr. Groyer has trapped each of you into this existence where looking around anymore is even impossible. Your eyes are locked in. You are locked into your slabs, and you hardly notice as they begin to lift out of your hands. You are too enraptured in seeing Sylvia suddenly face down what it would mean to not believe that there's a soul. You see that get destroyed in front of her eyes as the dwarf is destroyed. Typhus, you see Virgil, who always seemed to walk with his own beat, suddenly dead, stone silent. And Arnold, you see Michael, who has saved you more times than you can count, and you realize that he is suddenly so very far away and so very beyond help. And Marmalade, the weight of what you're seeing and the fact that you just can't look away, it almost doesn't matter that you don't know who any of these people are. They are in real danger. And this is something far beyond any of you. The data slabs begin to lift from your palms, and an unseen tether tying them back into something as a force, the same one that holds you all so much in its thrall, begins to pull all of the screens together. Derek, somewhere as an afterthought, your consciousness, your experience still pulling in the stimuli from the real world. You realize that Derek is yelling something. Derek is trying to shake you. Derek is looking up at the data slabs and looking around at the barren plains and muttering something that almost sounds like a whisper. This isn't right. This was supposed to be safe. How did any of them? And then suddenly, everyone snaps back to Derek shaking Typhus, everyone else staring dumbfounded at these screens as they sort of begin to circle against the dark sky, really only being noticeable as small rectangles that blot out the stars in a repeating circular motion. Derek is very quickly trying to pull everyone together. He is smothering the fire with the remnants of his water. He is covering the goblin sage back up, but keeps seeming to peer back in there. And every single time he does, his face becomes more and more pallid until he suddenly looks around, almost apparently in a frenzy, and just, Blair! Brian, come down here right now! Don't dare do this to me without even making an effort to show your face to me! And there is no response, just the endless twirling of these data slabs in the sky as Derek frantically looks around, trying hard, fingers fumbling at clasps and zippers, muttering reassurances to himself and to Blair Jr. that things are going to be okay. And those data slabs continue to spin until Mr. Groyer's voice comes in one more time. I want to show y'all something. Something ain't none of you are gonna forget. Feel free to come back into the city anytime. It's not like there's anything you could ever have done in the first place. And all of the data slabs converge into one solid, inky black, almost reflective surface pulsing with a strange and bitter arcane energy. A portal to a entire plane that is made up of information, a dimension that is just information, somehow connected by these strange tethers to each of these data slabs. As eyes look upon them, it never occurred to anyone, well, maybe some, but eyes were staring back, looking now at all of these data slabs as they converge. You feel as though you are being, in the truest sense of the word, beheld. The information plane through this arcane lens beholds you. Derek bellows a challenge to the sky and, giving up on the backpack, giving up on his bedroll, trying to do anything to cover the fact that y'all are here, he instead undoes his two large canisters and pulls from each of them what appears to be long metal rods, crudely, it seems, machined at the end. But when Derek grabs both of them and strikes them together, there is a peal of thunder as lightning cracks down. And he again challenges, not even in the direction of the combined slabs, not even to Mr. Groyer, but it seems as though a challenge to something. And he roars, and it quiets, and he bellows again, striking his spears together again until he is surrounded in a corona of static, his hair beginning to float on all parts of his body, his all too clear eyes suddenly being tinged with bolts of plasma as he summons forth the lightning from the storm. And he states, I am Derek Stormfighter, and I am the defender of Goblonia. And then the data slabs move unseen by a hand with no malice, with no empathy, with no consideration for life beyond what it could call it, what it could categorize it as, how it could assort order into the chaos that seemingly is this strange material plane. This invisible force guides the lens it uses, this eye, into this material plane, directly into Derek's head, as if his skull was never there, phased right in, encompassing you, it seems, sort of like how Mr. Bree, just outside of the Clean Club, had his orbital socket partially obscured, but this is an orb of darkness, just like the one that captured McClaven and caused him to cease to be. And as Derek lowers his lances And as all of his hair falls that remains, even the wispy bits connected to just the remnants of the crown of his scalp, falling listlessly over this dark orb as what appears to be a massive red eye opens and stares back at each and every one of you. And you hear, "I see you. I behold you." And
I kick him.
yeah,
I kick him.
you kick him real good.
Like a
What the
pushing
fuck?
kick, you know? Just like a no, fuck that.
Give me an attack roll. How well do you kick?
Yeah. Not
You can call
well.
it athletics if you
Let's
want
see.
to.
Yeah. Let me see. Make sure I get my numbers here. +2 to strength. Okay, Blair. Let's work out. Ooh, that's a 7.
Yeah, you kick and Derek, or I guess at this point, who used to be Derek, what used to be Derek, you kick and you solidly meet Shin. Hell, you feel some amount of the bone give, but the body of Derek doesn't move, doesn't acknowledge that anything struck, and almost listlessly, he just, with what remains of his upper lip and his jaw, smiles a cruel and wicked smile. And then everyone receives a vision. All things perfectly ordered, with the bureaucracy of a devil, with a being's insatiable greed, almost like a dragon, and with this thing capable of having so many eyes staring at so many people, witnessing the world through these portals. And the thing that stands out most, I think, to any of you is in this vision of perfect order. It's perfectly silent. And there's something about that silence that makes every single bit of each of you rebel and scream against it. And then, still holding on to both of the lances, Derek scrolls over to where the goblin sage sits in his cage, and without so much of a thought, plunges the spear in,
No!
and a bolt of lightning strikes the cage, and bolts of lightning rip and tear at Derek's flesh as he begins to convulse in spasms of electricity. And even then, the grin remains, even as all of the hairs begin to fry across his entire body, and he is left as nothing but irradiated plasma, recreating and searing and recreating and cauterizing scar tissue over scar tissue until all that remains of Derek Stormfighter is a dark portal and a wicked grin, lipless, with teeth that are blackened and charred. Derek looks one more time over the party, and you see Mr. Gruyere inside of the portal that occupies his skull. And Mr. Gruyere laughs.
While he's still there, Arnold's gonna take a note from Blair and show some disrespect. Can I try and jam like a rapier or Derek's double barrel shotgun into the orb and pull the
Arnold,
trigger?
I would love for you to pull out the double barrel shotgun.
I would also like that.
Yeah, because you kept such close tabs on it whenever Derek was moving it around his bag, and because you fully intended on taking it anyway, you bring out the double barrel shotgun. It feels pretty well balanced in your hands. It's short but not too short. It looks like a stock that's meant to help absorb recoil, and you can see engraved on the side from what appears to be the pocket knife, perhaps, of some lonely enforcer on a battlefield, the name Stormbringer on the side. Scratch that. Thunderbringer. So you may add, if you would like, the Stormbreaker shotgun. It'll have the stats of a heavy crossbow, and will likely have some things maybe in the future. But you level it at the orb and you fire. Will you give me, please, a ranged attack with advantage? Because Derek is not trying to do anything to stop you in this regard.
I will.
Neo-Goblonia Rifle Association.
Oh. Oh, it looks so good, but it's not. It's only going to be okay. Oh, with advantage. With advantage. What am I doing? That's better. That's
no pizza, no
a
crit.
17.
17. You shoot, and the roar of Thunderbringer erupts into the night, sounding as its namesake would imply, and Derek's head shoots in the opposite direction from the impact, and you hear the vertebrae in his neck snap, and Derek keeps walking, the sickening crunch echoing as much as the thunder created by the shotgun. Gruyere laughs still.
Gruyere, I've never swung a sword before, but if you hurt Sylvia before our show opens, I swear to God I will smite you. I'm going to throw my backpack at Marmalade and say catch while I reach inside and grab the sword hilt.
Yeah. Okay, you grab the long sword hilt, and what do?
Marmalade, charge! We're going to have it. It's basically just a long line sword between us, and we're just going to run at him.
All right.
Yep, you both run. You're able to
Clotheslining
keep
him
up
with
with
a sword.
Where are you aiming, like body-wise, like on the body?
Center mass.
Center mass. Okay. The long sword, just like what happened to your cousin Frederico, who wanted to come into the family business. Just like the accident that happened with him, Derek is bisected, but he doesn't topple, and though blood pours from the wound and pools around his feet and steps of crimson floating in the abyss of the stars beneath him, he keeps walking, and the laugh fades as Derek Stormfighter disappears into the horizon, somewhere close back to the city. And it's quiet on the Scouring Plains. Not like Blair Jr. has seemingly hid somewhere amidst the bedrolls of Derek's. The cloak curtain over the Goblin Sage's cage having fallen now. And for the adventurers stuck out here. Not even a fire to keep them warm.
Fuck, we should have asked him where we were going.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Looks the same now.
Guys, I hate to say it, but I'm going to lock in.
Oh?
It's time.
Fuck yeah.
I don't think we can. Fuck, I don't think we can put up with this anymore. I think it's becoming increasingly clear to me that I don't know if this is the most immediate step, but we gotta plant a bomb in that guy Greer's house and blow him up while he's sleeping.
Fuck yes!
Yes.
Typhus!
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We've been talking about it for days now.
Yeah.
Like 2 days. And it's time to execute on this.
He took our
He's
slabs with
great.
us. I don't even know if he can spy on us anymore.
These are the great
Let's set
decisions
the
that I
bomb.
need on a council as well. And when I get up there, we're gonna bomb every single one of those bastards.
Okay. I'm feeling the fire. Let's check on that goblin sage. I bet he's
Yes.
all right.
I think he's royally dead.
Lift up the curtain.
You see, yeah, no, not a good sight, but at least a clean kill, a mercy maybe from the mainframe and the final moments for this goblin sage, or perhaps just mere efficiency to rid itself of a threat of some kind. The goblin sage lies in a pool of its blood. It's being speared directly right into its heart, dead before it even knew it. And yet, with the scale still glowing fainter now and almost imperceptibly in its pulsing, less of a taste of root beer and more the idea of a drink you had long ago when things were a little bit sweeter in your life.
Cheer one.
And yeah, exactly. And Blair, you sort of notice that the glowing slows down and gets dimmer and dimmer.
I touched the
And
scale.
you feel a slight shock as suddenly that brushing against your consciousness snaps into a solid bond, and instantly you feel a sense of overwhelming fear, of massive responsibility, of being adrift in a sea when all you have is a plank and being told to find an island, coming from just behind you, tussled up in those bed sheets.
Hello, Junior?
You lift up one of the sheets, and sure enough, Blair Jr. is there, eyes shut hard, as tightly as possible, as a single scale begins to glow with a stronger and stronger pulsing light on Blair Jr.'s forehead. And
Are you? Did you?
Blair, why?
I don't. I could tell you I don't know, Blair Jr., but I have an idea. It's the same reason everything else happens. Everything that's cruel, and violent, and unbecoming. Selfishness, greed, a desire for control. I don't know if you know what these words mean, but I hope you'll understand this. I've never been a particularly violent man, Blair Jr., but I think I'm going to kill them all. I think.
Blair, I've got a plan, but I don't know if we'll all like it. It's called Operation Go for the Eyes.
I like the sound of it.
That's an awesome name.
That's all I got.
Definitely a good name.
It's a good name.
Yeah.
All you
All
have
right,
is
well-
the name so far?
So far, I'm
Operation-
in.
The Eyes. We come up with it as we go, I think.
We need
Yeah, I'd
next
have you as
steps.
Secretary of Defense.
I think our first order of business is find a mailbox.
Okay, and we're going to use that as the button to call an end to this session of the Final Rules Chaos. Wonderful storytelling, everyone. I think that I'm glad to hear that you have a fire, Blair, and Typhus that you're locking in, and Marmalade that the city still might have somebody willing to run for things that matter, or things that matter enough. Let's just call it things that matter enough, right? But we are going to sign off for the night. One last thing though before we do. Hollis, thank you so much for coming on as a very special guest. I speak for myself as a creative whenever I say that Marmalade was an absolute treat, and getting to see the side of city mayoral runs is something that I'm going to make sure I keep in mind as we continue to sort of work in this framework. But
Thank you. I love
I know that
giving DMs more world building work.
hey, whenever I tell you that all the work I do for this is on social media and then like showing up to do these, I mean it, and it's great. However, I do want to make sure that you have yet another opportunity. Tell people out there where they can find you, the work that you do. I want to give you this opportunity to promote yourself as a creative, because that is what we have to offer to the world, right?
Yeah, I agree. Again, I'm Skeletorg on Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon, and I'm Skeletorg Draws on Twitch. So.
All right, thank you very much. And everyone else, I hope that you will join me in saying good night to everyone watching from home. This has been the Final Rules Chaos. Tune in on the 3rd for the next episode of the Final Rules Order. I have been let in on a little bit of information about how that session is going to start, just at a very technical level, and I think that we're going to be in for many doozies of sessions here moving forward for the next couple of months. But all that to say, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Tell people about this show if you find enjoyment in it. I think that it's rather fun. But otherwise, we are all going to say good night, everyone. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.